All right, here we go. Deja vu once again for the New York Knickerbockers as they lose 17-point lead once again and collapse in the second half to the same Philadelphia 76ers. 101-95. Ellis.
You what up, man?
How was your Thanksgiving, man? I mean, let's start off with something good. How was your damn Thanksgiving?
Yo, you want to start out with something good? My mom's mac and cheese is off the chain, son. I'm still eating that. I gained 20 pounds. I had a summer body.
God.
Summer body gone in one night, bro. Like,
well, listen, it seemed like in the first half, seemed like the Sixers were still drunk off of Thanksgiving because they just seemed to step slow. I said on Twitter during halftime, I said, it looks like the Sixers are a step slow tonight, but we're taking advantage. Nope. You know what I mean? Everything was going well for the Knicks. You had the good Julius out tonight. You know, you got to put the good and the bad on him now. Like just like you know, the good JR, the bad JR.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Bad Julius, good Frank, bad Frank.
Facts.
Good Morris, bad. Yeah, all of them. Mm-hmm.
Facts. So you had that going. You had the ball movement going fairly well. You had the defense going fairly well. And you know what? I looked at this game and I said, this is still not good enough.
Nope.
Well, what'd you see happen in the second half, man? Where did this thing go wrong, man?
Well, I started to see remnants of the second quarter of the Knicks just taking their foot off the pedal a little bit. The ball movement that got them the lead in that first quarter started to slow down in the second quarter, even though the defense was still there. Yeah. And in the third quarter, they seemed like they abandoned it even more, even though the defense was still there. So I give them credit for the defense still kind of being there. But the ball movement that helped us so much was kind of a little bit non-existent, and we fell back into bad habits, in my opinion. And then we had to end up with a 31-7 run in the third.
31-7 run in the third. And, you know, listen, good teams find a way to win. Bad teams find a way to lose. The Sixers, they have two all-stars, borderline superstars. And at the end of the day, they just know how to turn up the Jets. Ben Simmons did the same exact thing he did to us in the first game, bro. He turned it up on the defensive end, got his guys involved. And him, James Ennis, Tobias Harris, they did us in. They did a number on us, man. You got to, you give credit where credit is due. They steamrolled us in the second half and show why they're a top team in the East.
Yeah, they never really panicked. And the thing is, they have something to rest on when things are going their way.
Right.
And what they rest on is Joel Embiid, because Joel Embiid did everything for them in the first half. And not that he was even shooting well. He was just drawing fouls and getting all of his points from the foul line. Yeah. Something that the Knicks couldn't really do. And then speaking of foul shots.
Oh my God. Here we go again. JLs.
Oh my
19 for 33, 57% from the free throw line. You have got to be kidding me. This is going to turn out to be one of the worst free throw shooting Knicks teams since the beginning of the franchise. Yeah. Since the 1940s.
CP, if we hit our free throws, we win.
If you hit a free throw or two, you win.
Like, dude, Julius Randle, 69%.
Not an excuse. You're the top playing guy, and you got to hit your free throws, man.
Mitchell Robinson, though,
Mitch, 1 for 6.
What happened? Like, he's the guy I was like, all right, he's 70% free throw shooter from the field as a center. He went comatose. He looked like another person. I don't know what it was. He fell a lot today, so I don't know if he hit his head a few times.
He did. Mitch was. It was a tough one for Mitch. Listen,
it was tough.
You know, Embiid is going to be a tough cover. He's got to be much more disciplined. We know that. Embiid did a great job of catching him as a young neophyte, as Clyde would say. You know that's just how the game goes, man. But Mitch you still got to make those free throws, man. 1 for 6 tonight.
Gotta make him free throw. I love the way he fought, but gotta make those free throws, man. Julius Randle and Mitch and even Dennis didn't get there a lot, but 33% from the field as well. And his miss looked awful as well.
Man, listen, and that was the game. That was the game because you saw on one side of the court a floor general getting his troops in order, settling his troops down, leading on the defensive end, and getting the ball in the right hands. For us, once again, we don't have a consistent floor general. It's going to be the name of the game since the preseason on through to the end of the season, JLs. We just don't have that guy that when things tighten up can get us easier buckets. It becomes back to the ISO ball, back to Morris, back to Randall to save us. You know, Dotson, Ellington dribbling endlessly around the perimeter, and it just leads to nowhere.
I will say this, CP. I did see that in certain quarters in the second and third, but I will say if you were to look for a positive from today's game, it was that there was a lot less of ISO Randall.
Yes,
ISO
I agree.
In the last quarter, and we saw a lot of pick and roll from Frank. We saw a lot of RJ Barrett trying to make plays. Like we lost today in the fourth quarter, but at least today we lost because the young neophytes, as you said.
I'm talking about in the third. I'm more particularly speaking on the third, and when that whole thing collapsed, we just had nowhere to go, and DSJ was he just seems like he's trying to figure out how to play basketball again. JL, forget about being in shape. I mean, DSJ just looks like he's trying to figure out how to play the game all over again from scratch.
Yeah,
it's concerning.
Yeah, you could sell like it's official. You never thought you would say this, but Coach trusts Frank more than DSJ.
Yeah, I mean at this point, and when Peyton comes back, it looks like those would go to him by default at this point because it can't get much worse.
Yeah, that's the real question. What happens when Peyton comes back? Is DSJ still going to have time to figure it out?
Factual.
Or will he get the Kevin Knox treatment?
Will he get the Knox treatment? Down the stretch, as you said, they did go to the pick and roll. We saw Frank and Mitch execute a couple pick and roll plays very nicely down the stretch. We saw then I was like, okay, will they continue with this or where are they going to go to get a closer here? Then we saw RJ take Embiid off the dribble. He scores twice. Yeah. And then, listen, it's a 50-50 play with RJ because he's not a great shooter. And so I think Philly was comfortable with that matchup. And, he misses the last one. We lose Mitch. Mitch fouls out. And that was basically all she wrote, man. Then you have the inbound play where it's like, okay, listen, Frank is our guy, but you got to make a smarter play.
That was the play. That killed us.
That was it.
That play killed us.
That was it. That was
a bad pass, and that play killed us. The Ennis 3-point foul.
Yeah,
and I'll even give credit to Randall because he made some really good defensive plays.
He did
at the end of the fourth.
He did,
which surprised the hell out of me.
He did.
But that last foul that he got, trying to chase Ennis off 3-point line, that was bull.
Ennis definitely kicked his leg out, but I mean, I guess the refs are so used to Randall making that boneheaded play that they almost expected it. They probably blew the whistle before he even fouled him. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
that's one of those games where I wish we had one more challenge.
Yeah,
because the refs made so many stupid calls.
Stupid calls. I mean, but if they're gonna do the challenge like football, then keep it like football. If you win a challenge, you keep it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why leave it to the refs? Boneheaded eyesight to call a game.
No, you're absolutely right. And the challenge that Fizz won in the first quarter was a big one too because
it was.
I would have taken Morris out the game.
Yeah,
that's 20 points out the game that we didn't have, and he played pretty good defense for us in that first quarter as well. So that was a huge win for us.
Huge win.
But damn, we needed like 3 more of those.
Yeah. Needed like 5 more of those, man. Other storyline tonight, Kevin Knox logs a DMP coach's decision. JL, what's your thoughts on that tonight?
I'm probably going to have the unpopular opinion.
Okay.
But I don't – listen, Knox has been terrible on defense. I don't mind him getting 1 game DMP to sit and think about it. Like, I'll be more concerned if it's February and that's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's been handed minutes regardless of him playing bad or good for an entire year. He's been playing 42 minutes a night, and he's been hurting us. At the time when the team needs a win, they need to athlete establish a winning defensive culture, some better rotations, which we saw tonight, that might be time for you to sit down and watch, and then you'll get your chance when you actually play defense.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you, but you know where I'm looking, man. You know what? When I go to the box score and I don't see Kev play, I want to say, okay, who did what with their minutes? All right? Mm-hmm. And again, you're going 13 minutes for Bobby Portis for 2 points. 2 boards. Is it really that worth it, Fizz? That's all I'm saying. Is it really that worth it? I understand that Knox has been hurting us. I get it. I'll give you guys that. He's been hurting us. But again, 2 boards for Bobby Portis. 2 points. Is it that worth it? That's all I'm gonna ask.
I'm looking for somebody to play defense.
I hear you.
Bobby Portis actually played pretty decent defense today, which surprised the hell out of me. So
yeah, I liked how the bigs attacked Embiid tonight. I did like how they attacked him. You know, they did what they could. I liked how the doubles are coming at him. Even on the other hand, I liked how first half Taj was aggressive with him. But again, it just wasn't enough, man.
Nah, it just wasn't. Like right now, I'm just like, I just want a defensive culture set right now, man. I just want a defensive culture set.
Yeah,
that's really what I want. And then like this, obviously, this can't be a thing where it's happening the whole year, but it's one game. You know what I mean? Like I said, when it's time for January, February, if that's still happening, then it's a problem.
Right.
I don't mind him sitting one game.
I hear you. One game.